make a smooth
back here in this timeout. Thunder called their first timeout. Hold on, let me change something real quick.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Thunder.
And guys, for Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs, Coach Popovich already sees him as the next guy. He told Leonard not to think of the big three, but to think of himself as the big one.
Gibson's checked in for Flash. Victor Oladipo comes in for clutch. And Cole subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
A new lineup for Doug McDermott. I mean, not Doug McDermott, Billy Donovan. As the lead by San Antonio gets to 8. Norris Cole, the two-time Miami Heat champion, has the ball. Wants to pick and roll. He gets one from Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson with a post over Gasol. Maybe that.
You're right.
Get the crowd going. Ginobili is working on Oladipo.
Could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get in a
Ginobili wide open is Mills. Mills 4 for 4.
It's San Antonio with a 3.
Mills is on fire as the lead grows to 9.
Here's Cole.
And Norris Cole gets a screen from McDermott. Cole going to the hole. He does lead to 7.
Huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control, he's
Mills working on Cole. Gasol, no good. Gasol blocked. Leonard, Gasol, foul.
It's been fun to watch Gasol in this one. He has 8 points and a steal.
Wow.
It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long clock as he's played. He had a 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean, you rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
His first free throw is good. Second free throw is good by Gasol.
He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the
9-point lead.
other big men.
Closing in on 4 minutes play.
Cole gets a screen from Gibson. Pick and pop. Oladipo in the corner. He wants a 3. And that goes in. 3 falls for Oladipo. And let's see if that will get the crowd back in it. Cole working on Mills, who hasn't missed a shot yet.
10 points for him.
Cole on the screen from Gasol. Mills with 7. Lee, no good. Gibson with the rebound. This is McDermott. McDermott and Cole. Cole, turnover. You see why the Spurs led the league last year in steals. They're just picking off at where they left off. And Mills again. He's 5 for 5. He has 12.
And a final point, guys, with Pau's career game. It's crazy to think that he did it while not being the first offensive option. I mean, he had been the go-to guy with his time.
Oladipo got Ginobili in the air. Oladipo is going to the hole. Kenner with the rebound. Fresh 24. McDermott, deep 3 is good. McDermott from deep. And Mills, 5 for 5, hasn't missed today. He has 12. Working on Cole. Mills, out of bounds. OKC ball.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Victor Oladipo. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 18 points a game last season.
Oladipo almost had 18 points a game last season.
Play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
Yeah, and you know, when he's hot, it's really quite nice to watch. I mean, when he's cold,
McDermott on the screen. Oladipo, McDermott, slam dunk. And back comes the Thunder.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And a 3-point lead for San Antonio. Leonard backing down Kanter, gets to the lead. Somehow he was open in the paint.
And the Spurs lead by 5.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And David Lee missing time early last season with that hamstring injury also opened the door up for Draymond Green to kind of take that starting power forward role. And give Lee credit, though. Didn't sulk, just threw himself into his new role as a super sub.
Roberson is checked in for Cole.
And Norris Cole will check out. Andre Roberson will come back in. His lead is only 5 for San Antonio with 6:38 here. Oladipo bringing the ball up court. Oladipo gets his free dunk. I don't know what happened there, but we'll take it. And Mills to Leonard. How?
Smart. Gives you energy and scoring. I think he's ideal coming off the bench.
Here's Oladipo. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot.
Taj Gibson sets his screen. And Oladipo to Taj. He's going to be fouled by Leonard.
And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. He's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan.
Taj Gibson's first free throw is no good.
The fact that he utilizes it, and it really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
Gibson's next free throw, no good.
So he goes 0 for 2 there.
Yeah, you know, talking about Gibson, he started 70 games his first year and made the All-Rookie
Gibson working
team.
on Gasol.
Thereafter, it had been mostly a 6-man off the bench.
Mills working on Roberson.
But it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
Now here's Mills.
Mills forced to pick up his dribble.
4 on the clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off.
Leonard at the end of the shot clock, tough shot, no good. And Oladipo slowing him down. He has a mismatch on Gasol. Oladipo, oh, with the moves. Roberson in the corner. Ginobili shuts that down. Gibson. Roberson. Crossover. Roberson. Gibson. Oladipo. 3. No. Lee with the rebound. And Leonard to Ginobili. It's picked up by Roberson. Gasol in the post. Leonard, tough shot over Oladipo, gets to the goal.
Post game, if you will, and really increased strength and consistency. I think those things will carry him to that start.
Oladipo gets a screen from Gibson, and Gibson is going to kick out to Kanter, who gets it to McDermott. McDermott back to Gibson. Gibson working on Gasol, another foul. And that's a good foul by Gasol.
Season Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality players.
Taj Gibson's first free throw. Right was in.
And with the Spurs and their winning percentage, it's right above 60. Not bad for a team that joined the NBA back in 1977.
And the Thunder making a change here. Adams checked in. San Antonio also making some changes.
Steven Adams comes in. And his cancer checks out. As Taj Gibson cannot hit that free throw.
A lot of the Spurs' success, guys, with their winning percentage has come since the 90s.
Out of bounds, that's going to be the Thunder's ball. Ginobili was out of bounds, I believe.
Push that franchise winning percentage.
Under trailing by 6. Now
Oladipo gets a screen from Gibson. Gibson and McDermott. Kawhi Leonard jumps. McDermott stripped. Crowd wanted a foul. And Ginobili, Oladipo 1-on-1. Oladipo with the foul and one.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
And it's safe to say that San Antonio is off to a great start this season.
And you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning,
and Ginobili's free throw is good.
Ginobili played with a lot
Oladipo brings his ball to the court as a starting lineup.
Clashed heavily early on.
It's such a check-in. Oladipo gets a screen from Adams. Roberson is open. Roberson, another turnover. Parker loses the ball. Gibson to Adams. Oladipo working on David Lee, a mismatch. Oladipo, what would he do? Behind the back. Gibson pump fake. McDermott pump fake. Oladipo, deep 3. No good. Leonard wide open.
15 points for Leonard.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. We have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
Checked in for Gibson. Clutch comes in for McDermott, and Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Oladipo.
Roberson gets to the Westbrook as the lead is 12. The Thunder really need a spark.
And here's Westbrook.
Brinson comes on the screen, almost another turnover. He tried to get it to Brinson. Westbrook almost lost the ball again. Brinson working on Ginobili. Brinson, a lot of contact, and David Lee is going to be called for the foul.
Good for basket number 6 for him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12. Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players.
Adams will go to the line.
Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Steven Adams' free throw is good, so 9-point lead for San Antonio.
He'll draw the ire of opposing players just because of how he approaches the game.
Parker working on Westbrook. A lot of contact, no call. David Lee blocked. That's going to be the Spurs ball. And now the Thunder fans are going. Brinson working on Ginobili. How does Leonard keep getting open? Slam dunk, of course, like always, bro. Stay getting open, dog.
It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Screen from Fuller.
And guys, Adams doesn't
Working on
want to
Aldridge.
be known as a dirty player.
Brinson, pass to Adams.
He plays aggressive.
Ball going all over the place. Fuller.
And that sometimes rubs
Brinson in the corner, pump fake.
Clock at 4.
Clock it 2. Brinson going to throw it up. Wild shot.
By the Spurs. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. That game will be a quick pit stop.
Nobody picked up by Roberson.
Aldridge is screening.
Switch by Brinson. Spin move. Ooh.
Ginobili kicks to Lee.
Lee blocked by Westbrook. Roberson with the save. And Brinson a little loose with the ball. Got to be more careful.
Now here's Adams.
Adams doesn't know what to do with the ball. Brinson was wide open. Roberson.
Oklahoma City moving the ball
Adams.
around.
Fuller. Nope.
In transition, here come the Spurs.
And Spurs almost lose the ball. LaMarcus Aldridge. Ginobili.
Back to Aldridge.
Aldridge. Parker.
It's Ginobili on the wing.
Ginobili 3.
And the shot
No good. Westbrook.
It's not winning basketball.
Brinson. Watch out. Woo! That made me get up on my seat. That might get this crowd going. If that does, I don't know what will. Oh my goodness, bro. That is not a foul. I swear to God.
Another gap in the defense foul.
I swear, bro. Hall of Fame be cheating, dog. That is not a foul.
He's checked in for the Spurs. For San Antonio, they've shot the ball well from the free throw
That is not a foul, bro. I swear.
It's been said time and time again that playing in Oklahoma City is one of the tougher places to play in the league. Last year we saw it as well. This place, Greg, gets so loud when the Thunder are rolling.
And Westbrook gets a screen from Brinson. Brinson to Fuller. Fuller slam dunk.
Really helps when you are the show in a city.
Spurs leading by 10.
How did Lee get wide open?
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the championship.
Bro, Russ got to start taking over.
Approach, Greg, when it came to defending them, and you're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive. And take
Westbrook
some
wide
risks.
open, got Parker in the air. Russ.
And a foul called on the shot.
A lot of contact. He's going to go to the line for 2.
So he'll shoot 2 right here. And of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
You know, it started back when Tony
Westbrook
was
first free throw.
Summer cap before the 2001 draft.
Good.
One of the scouts was really physical with Tony. Really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
The Spurs making a switch here. Anderson's checked in.
Westbrook next free throw.
Russell Westbrook drops them both.
He's good.
And, you know, getting back to Popovich's relationship with Tony Parker, Pop made the decision to draft Parker. So he obviously saw something.
Leonard open, of course.
Point guard for him, you've got to deliver.
I don't get how he stays open, dog. I don't.
Ragged defensively there, Clark.
Westbrook gets a screen from Brinson.
Covered by Parker.
Brinson working on Green. Spin by Brinson gets it to Adams.
Against
Adams back to Brinson. Double team coming.
Left side
Westbrook.
He dishes it to
Adams. Midi. No way.
Oklahoma City, no good. Spurs leading by 12.
12-point lead.
Adams against Aldridge. Back to Green.
Aldridge to Green, who's picked up by Brinson.
The pass to Aldridge.
Aldridge back to Parker. Parker, great defense by Westbrook.
It's Parker with
Westbrook.
Here's Anderson.
Anderson with it.
Uses the
Of
glass.
course.
Anderson's got his first basket.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets.
And Brinson not get a shot off. And OKC will go to the half.
Spurs lead by 14.
Oh,
And a chance now
14.
to send you over.
Oh, my goodness.
Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And Russell, how confident are you that regardless of what defender you see in front of you, you can get what you want?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
Russell, thank you so much. Kevin, hard work pays off.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He ended up with 19 points, 3 steals, and 2 assists. His opening period tonight, right on par with his performance last game out, which was outstanding. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder. Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
And we're back here in Chesapeake Energy Arena.
On the court for San Antonio, Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Pau Gasol is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge.
14-point lead by San Antonio. Green is somehow open, and then 3 to start off the half.
One aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offense is
And Kai double team came for him. He's been hot in his first game. Another double team. Adams wide open. Westbrook 3. And that goes. And that got the crowd a little bit hyped.
How about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay.
And Parker has a double team brought to him. That's going to be a thunder ball. And the double team brought a lot of work.
He's coming off an excellent season. He was around 16 points a game, 7 rebounds, and almost 2.5 steals. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Yeah, you know, you just plug him in. He's a flat-out
Westbrook gets a screen. Brinson working on Parker. Double teams come. Adams going to the hole. Slam dunk. And here come the Thunder. And the foul going to be called on Westbrook, of course.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best.
And Green got past Brinson. And the leader's back to 14.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony.
Brinson gets a screen from Fuller behind the back pass. And Fuller is going to go to the hole for a slam dunk.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought.
And Westbrook with great defense on Parker. Leonard, 3-ball wide open. No. Parker with a rebound. How did he get that over Brinson? And Brinson with the rebound. And Brinson slowing it down. Trying to get it to Westbrook. Luckily that wasn't picked off. Roberson behind the back loses the ball. Brinson double team. Adams slam dunk. And the leaders cut to 10.
That is a work of art there. Dead on target.
And Russ working on Parker. Gasol working on Adams. Here come the Thunder. Parker working on Westbrook. Picks up his dribble. Westbrook, great defense. Parker, no good. Foul, of course, on Fuller.
And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. In fourth, the Spurs.
Collectively, I mean, they had an amazing year at the free throw line. Sometimes free throw shooting can be contagious. It seemed like everyone on their team had the hot hand.
Gasol will go to the line.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
For 2.
Pedro Good, Gasol.
Saw his first
So
free
many
throw
people
is.
overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season. Seemed to think that Clarkie was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after.
That's also good.
Only to a timeout.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
And clearly, Billy Donovan wants to talk it over.
And with the skill set that Pau has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Down by
And
12.
Westbrook hasn't done much scoring today, but he does have a crossover right there. And Fuller in the corner. And Fuller layup goes.
Forcing the ball inside.
He has 15 and 7.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last.
And Westbrook, that's a backcourt violation. Thank you.
And the officials signal the backcourt
Good defense by
violation.
Westbrook.
Careful there.
The second half has it gone nearly as
I
well.
was say.
He'd only had one before the break.
And Roberson gets to the Brinson.
That number's growing as this game progresses.
Brinson working on Green. Fuller comes on the screen.
Clutch the pass to Fuller.
Fuller.
Oklahoma City
Adams.
moves the ball around.
Brinson. Fuller. Westbrook. 3. Westbrook no good.
No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. San Antonio leading by 10. Green dishes the Parker.
Green. Oh, Roberson fell asleep on defense. Luckily, that wasn't seen. Green
6 on the shot clock. Back to Aldridge.
to Aldridge. Aldridge to Parker. Aldridge over Fuller. Great defense. Fuller up to Brinson. Parker's 0 for 10. Brinson gets a screen from Westbrook. Here comes Westbrook to Fuller. Fuller will go to 1 for 2. Foul by Aldridge.
He's coming off an excellent season. 4th in rebounding, 8th in blocks, and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And he's so physical and explosive. I mean, you really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
Fuller's first free throw is good. Fuller's next free throw is good. So lead back to single digits.
Heading into last year,
And Brinson working on Green.
in the conference with a record of 55 and 27, had a record of 32
Parker to Aldridge.
against the West.
Wide open is Leonard. Roberson challenged it, but it just wasn't enough. Leonard got to the hole.
Under trailing by 10. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Clutch.
Westbrook to Green. Westbrook to Brinson. A lot of contact between Kai Brinson and Danny Green.
Dishes to Robertson.
Roberson. Back to Brinson. Great defense by Green. Brinson doing everything. He cannot get that to go.
Antonio will go the other way with it.
Brinson has a flagrant foul tonight. One more. And he would be out of this game. Parker. No good. Fuller to Brinson.
Epitomized just how crazy and
Brinson back to Fuller.
Yeah, and about 3 weeks left in the season, the Spurs were sitting in the 7th playoff spot. Then they go on a tear.
Westbrook gets a screen from Fuller. Pick and pop. Pump fake. Fuller. No. He'll go back to the line.
Court projection visuals, all the rage in the NBA now. Instead of having to use a screen over the court, they just project video and images straight onto the court. I think before long, you'll see it everywhere.
Those court projections you see in the pregame, we don't even have the best angle for them. They're so good.
Yeah, nice.
And Fuller cannot hit his first free throw.
For those watching TV, it's about putting on a show and at the end of the day, entertaining the fans.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for the Spurs. Mills comes in for Parker.
Fuller's next free throw is good.
Spurs leading by 9.
And we're still about Roberson. And here comes the Thunder. Westbrook. Brinson slam dunk. And the lead is back to 7. And here comes the Thunder. Mills working on Westbrook. Stripped by Kai. Westbrook in the open floor. Westbrook slam dunk.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run.
Great defense by the rookie. And here comes the Thunder. Ginobili screen from Aldridge. Working on Brinson. Aldridge jump shot. No good. And here come the Thunder. Chance to cut the lead. Westbrook has a mismatch. Oh, turnover. That would have been big.
Here's Gasol. He's got 12.
And Gasol
Over in the corner, Green.
to Green. Mills is open. He hasn't missed tonight. And another steal. Roberson. Brinson. Westbrook. Up and in. Alley-oop. Crowd is dead, bro.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter.
And here, and Danny Green wide open. Silences the crowd.
Green's got 12.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Outside Westbrook.
Westbrook gets a screen from Fuller. Fuller pick and pop. Double team come. Westbrook wants a 3. Westbrook 3.
He has been fantastic.
And he gets the crowd hype.
This is just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
And Mills. Double team. Aldridge in the paint. Misses. Westbrook. Brinson. Slam dunk. And the Thunder cut the lead to 1. And Mills. Aldridge wants a 3. Aldridge answers back with a 3.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Thunder trailing by 4.
He said, "You want to leave me open? I'm going to hit that."
And here's Westbrook.
Westbrook gets a screen from Fuller. Adams. Fuller. No. Aldridge dies on the ball.
Now here's Gasol. 12 points for him. He kicks the middle.
A lot of confusion going on. Brinson with a block. And Fuller to Brinson. Brinson, bad pass. And Danny Green goes out of bounds.
Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorer. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
Well, anytime you can be the player that leads the league in scoring or you're the top scorer, that's a huge accomplishment and something to be proud of.
So here's Westbrook. He's got 16. Here's the screen.
Russ has 16. Back to Brinson. Brinson pump fake. Adams. Fuller. Going to the hole. Fuller, no.
Good D by Gasol. San Antonio leading by 4.
Brinson picking up Mills, who just goes all the way and puts it in.
Seconds into the shot clock. Mills has got 14 points.
No hesitation at all right there. Just right up against a much bigger.
And another turnover. Brinson trying to get it to his North Texas teammate. And Ginobili. Stolen by Fuller. Oh. That's going to be Spurs ball.
Here's a look at some stats for Westbrook. Great showing for him last season. He was around 28 points per clip last year. 8 assists and 7 rebounds. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Impossible to guard right now. When he's on a roll like this, there's not much you can do to stop him.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. McDermott comes in for Andre Robertson. Spurs also at the sub. Kyle Anderson is checked in for Pau Gasol. Here's Ginobili.
Anderson to Ginobili. Ginobili gets to the Mills. Aldridge wide open. And the leader's back to 8.
You love for any trip down the floor to end with a shot like that.
And guys, every time we think Patty Mills is
And Brinson with his screen. Brinson with his powerful slam.
last season, he shot career lows from the field and behind the arc after having one of his best ever campaigns the year before.
Brinson with 23 in his first game. Mills working on Westbrook.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Mills working on Westbrook. Hasn't missed tonight. And that will be a foul and 1. And of course, he still doesn't miss.
Three-point play chance here. Back to Mills. The Spurs could have used his contributions last year. Parker was hobbled. Corey Joseph was still learning. Mills didn't put together consistent efforts and ended up losing minutes, Clark, because of it.
Yeah, you know, Mills had the opportunity to make an impact for a championship contender. That chance doesn't come very often, unfortunately.
And Mills ball don't lie.
For a while,
Fuller gets to the Brinson. Oh, Brinson. Oh. Oh. And Danny Green is going to be charged with a blocking foul. And Kai got his second technical foul. Is that foul going to be on money? Is that going to be on Kai? If so, he's ejected. I don't think that's on Kai.
You know, for the Spurs playing up tempo, I mean, they made that adjustment several years back, to their credit. Since then, they've been one of the more up-tempo and offensive-minded teams in the league.
And some stats to kind of back up the Spurs playing that up-tempo style.
Oh, this free throw is good.
In distance traveled as a team. Their players would cover almost 18 miles per game played.
Money pump fake. I mean, Brinson pump fake the 3. He gets to the canner. McDermott in the corner.
Passes it to Clutch.
Brinson work on Ginobili. And Mills strips the ball. And here comes Mills, chased down by Brinson. Ginobili, another foul. And the refs are bailing him out, I swear.
They were sending with that foul. Nothing easy and
not his best. Down in every measurable category since his rookie year. He's 37, myriad of injuries. You know, but Greg, there's still something so special about that play.
Yeah, I mean, so much of his game is about movement. And
Ginobili.
2 full seasons and factor in all
Free
of
throw
the
is good, of
international
course.
competition, you're going to have to start to show some wear and tear, and that's been the case for Manu.
Excellent point. He played 4 pro years overseas before the NBA. Both free throws good from Ginobili. Thunder trailing by 11. Westbrook with it.
Westbrook loses the ball.
Pass to Fuller.
Fuller behind the back. He loses the ball.
One-on-one fast break.
And one-on-one. Mills, Anderson, Ginobili, Anderson, Mills, wide open. His first miss finally.
You know, guys, getting back to Ginobili, the most concerning part about last year centers around his shooting. Down and field.
Brinson wants a 3. And no good. Cannon with the rebound. Back to Brinson. Brinson, another turnover. And here comes Mills. Ginobili. No good. Gets his own rebound. Oh my goodness, bro. Another foul.